Zekria Butrus. You may not be aware of him. He's known to be the most wanted man in the Islamic world. There is a bounty on his head. So welcome to the show, I think.
Thank you.
There are people offering money for you to be killed.
That's right, yeah.
Do you know how much money?
I read about that. About $60 million.
$60 million?
Yes.
They didn't contact me. I shouldn't joke about such issues. Why are you the most wanted man in the Muslim world?
Because they say I'm the enemy number one of Islam. Because I expose Islam as it is. I read the books of Islam and expose it in front of the people. We have a TV show weekly on Fridays, and I read from their books and I ask, is this your Islam? Islam of terrorism, as it says in the verses of Quran and the hadith of Muhammad? Is that the Quran to kill Christians and Jews? Is that your religion? So, many questions like that. I have 5 main questions.
I understand the difference between a book, a holy text, and people who follow that book. But if we look at history, and many Muslims are watching now, and I know they'll be very upset with what you're saying, but you have that right to speak in this country.
Of course.
In the late 15th century, for example, Spain expelled most of its Jewish citizens who had been there for hundreds of years. They could either convert or leave. They left, and many, probably most of them, went to the Muslim world, where to a very large extent they were welcomed. And many of them went on to become political leaders, and there was some persecution, but generally they faced a much more tolerant society. Catholic Spain inspired by the Bible, and the Muslim Middle East, Near East, inspired by the Quran.
Yes.
By their fruits we shall know them.
Yeah. The Muslim world was to be an empire, and it succeeded in that in the Middle East and in the Middle Ages.
Yeah.
Succeeded to become a big empire. This is the main or ultimate intention of Islam, to be an empire. And religion is just a factor to establish this empire, to establish government, to establish state. But if we discuss the religion itself, what is the new thing that Islam spoke about as a new religion differs from Christianity and Jews?
Okay, when we come back, I'll ask you that question specifically. In just a few moments. But in Egypt in particular, I hear from Christians who tell me the most horrible stories of how they're treated.
Yeah.
Is this true?
Yes, it's true. They killed people and still killing people. El-Kosh, a village in Upper Egypt, all the Christians there were killed. But
when did this happen?
It's in twice. In 1999 and in 2000.
So recently, last 10 years.
That's the second time. But let me say, and do not insult people in the West, let me say that, if you let me to say, Muslims pretend to be nice people.
Oh, but this is so jarring to Canadian ears.
So the Westerns are very naive. They say that they are very peaceful and love people. What are you saying?
Surely most Muslims are peaceful people.
Naive.
You're saying every Muslim is like that?
Look, every true Muslim is like that. A moderate Muslim, contemporary, polite, and moderate. But when the Islam prevails, all of them, they will become true Muslims and follow that strategy. We know them because we live among them 14 centuries. We live among them and they know them very well. But the Western people did not live with them. So they just only see the peaceful way. But one day will come and they will know the truth, but it will be too late. I'm sorry to say that.
Father Zekria Butrus, thank you so very much indeed.